Hello, I'm Dr. Annadale, and I teach philosophy at Mount St. Mary's University in Emmitsburg, Maryland. In this video, I will summarize some basic elements of Aristotle's natural philosophy, dealing with the four causes. For reference, take a look at Aristotle's Physics, Book 2, chapters 1 through 8. Now, the Greek word physis means nature. This is the main topic of Aristotle's work, Physics. Literally, then, his physics is his theory of nature, what we would today call science. The key question for Aristotle, looking at nature, is why is a thing the way it is? What makes it be what it is? What is the explanation for why it does what it does? Aristotle says we answer this why question in four different ways. These answers are traditionally called the four causes. We can call them the four explanations, or the four ways of answering the question why about a thing. So to take them in order, the first one is the material cause, that out of which a thing comes to be. For example, the marble or bronze of a statue, or the wool or acrylic of a sweater. If someone asks, why is this statue heavy? We answer, because it's made of marble. Our answer to this why question appeals to the thing's material cause. So that's one way of answering why. Second, the formal cause, the definition of the essence of a thing. So for example, the definition of a circle is a set of points in a plane equidistant from a given point. The definition of a human being is a rational animal. If someone asks us, why is a circle round? We would answer, because of its definition. That's just the shape that a set of points equidistant from a given point has. If someone asks us, why do dogs chase cars? We would answer, because dogs are predators and it's built into their essence to chase moving things. That's just what dogs do because of their nature as dogs, of their identity. So we answer these why questions by appealing to a thing's formal cause. Third, the efficient cause of a thing, the primary source of change or rest. This is the mover or the maker of a thing. So for example, the parent is the cause of the child, the one who brings it into existence. The builder is the cause of the building. If someone asks us, why is this building here? We would say, because the builders and the architect and the planners put it there. Why did the last domino fall? Because someone pushed the first domino. Note that the efficient cause is the only one of the causes that is explicitly temporal. It exists in time. It gives us the sequence of events that leads up to the thing or event that we are trying to explain. It's also, the efficient cause, the one of the four causes that modern science focuses on almost exclusively. So the fourth cause is the final cause, that for the sake of which something is done. This is the thing's purpose or its goal. So for example, I walk to stay healthy, so health is the cause of my walking. Learning, or getting a degree, is the cause of studying. If someone asks you, why are you studying your notes? You might answer, in order to pass the test. Or, more accurately, in order to learn about the material being tested, and then be able to pass the test. Now, of these four causes, Aristotle thinks that the most important is the second one, the formal cause, or essence. In fact, he thinks that the third and fourth causes, the efficient and final causes, really flow from the formal cause. The form or essence of something determines everything that is true about it. So to give you an illustration of this, let me take the example of a farmer. Let us think about this. Why does a farmer farm? We could answer this question in terms of the efficient cause. We could say, because he steers the plow, and that's what farming is. In other words, the farmer is the source of the motion or change that constitutes the activity of farming. Now, this answer is correct, but it's not fully satisfying. We don't really feel like we understand the why of the farmer's activity of farming simply by being told that he's the one who steers the tractor, he's the one who physically moves the plow. We want something more than that. It's as though somebody were to say, when I say, why have you come here? They would say, well, because I placed my feet in front of each other in sequence and the friction with the floor propelled me forward. It's accurate, but it's not a full story of what we want when we ask why. We're asking for something more than that. So we could also answer the question about the farmer in terms of the final cause. We could say, because he wants to harvest crops to sell at the market to get money, to provide for his needs and wants. This gives the purpose toward which the farming activity is directed, and that gives us something of more of what we want. But both of these explanations, Aristotle would say, of farming rest on the more fundamental fact that the farmer is a farmer, which means that by his very essence or definition, he engages in the activity of farming. It's what he does. It flows somehow from his identity or his nature as a farmer. From his identity as a farmer flows his purposeful action in steering the plow, planning the harvest, buying and selling, etc. So in this video, I've given you a brief introduction to the four causes of Aristotle, and I've talked a bit about how Aristotle sees really the formal cause as the governing cause of the thing, from which would flow then its efficient and final cause. There's much more to say about the four causes. We'll talk about it some more later. Thanks for watching today. Goodbye.